Brams beat the drum for a Catalonia independent of Spain. The band are huge, their concerts are sell-out events, and Catalan flags are everywhere. The Brams tour coincides with a number of unofficial ballots on Catalan independence, which have been taking place since December all over the region. In 2006, the new Catalan autonomous statute was adopted, handing far-reaching rights to the region. Spain's constitutional court looks set to amend the statute in the coming weeks. To gauge just how strongly Catalans feel about independence, Euronews travelled to the heartland of the Catalan independence movement. Let's move from the regional capital of Barcelona to the historic village of Rupit, home to 370 Catalans. The residents here are to take part in a non-binding vote on independence on February the 28th, with further votes in the pipeline for April and June. Josep plans to vote yes for independence. He's a local baker, a hard-working man who believes in an independent Catalonia.
If all the taxes we pay into Madrid stayed here, just think how our services and infrastructure would improve. Certainly better than they are today.
Madrid robs us, reads the graffiti. The idea that the central government is ripping off the region is key for those who desire independence. Rupit is not poor. This farmer, Joan, raises French cattle, which end up on the plate of his successful restaurant. Joan is pro-independence. He's angered by the fact that 10% of Catalan GDP goes to other Spanish regions.
The advantages for an independent Catalonia are economic. We're talking about the equivalent of 3,000 euros per year from each of the 7 million Catalans. We could use that money for better hospitals, infrastructure, schools, roads that we wouldn't have to pay a toll for.
Joan is in discussion with the organiser of the Rupit referendum. 5 years ago, these votes across the region would have been unthinkable. But is there a risk of violence, like in the Basque Country?
The Catalan people are a peace-loving people. We prefer to talk. Our culture uses words to fight, not weapons.
The first votes took place in December in 166 municipalities. 95% voted for independence, but with a poor turnout. Just 27%. The older generation still remembers the Franco dictatorship and civil war, and many believe the independence debate could lead to more trouble.
The younger people are looking forward to voting, so they can do something for the future of Catalonia. They're very happy about it because it's something new. The elderly don't care, or are a bit scared.
The Barcelona-based Open University published a survey claiming that if an official independence referendum was called, 50% would vote yes, 18% would vote against it, and 25% would abstain. Albert Ribiera is the leader of a small liberal party and a local politician who backs unity.
Raise the barriers. It's insane to create new barriers in the EU when the idea is integration. It's also economic. Spain's a market of 45 million people, 7 million from Catalonia, and the EU is a bigger market. We must think big rather than small.
Here at the Parliament in Barcelona, we meet up with member Uriel Bertran. He explains what will happen after the Constitutional Court amends the 2006 statute.
The day following the decision, the Catalan Parliament should organize another official referendum so that the people can decide on their future, whether they want independence from Spain or not.
Francesc Di Carrera Serra is an expert on constitutional law at the Autonomous University of Barcelona. The professor makes it clear that there is one sovereign nation, Spain, and pretending that Catalonia is a nation is ideology.
As is the case all over the world, in Spain there is no right for self-determination. If part of the territory wants independence, we would have to change the Spanish constitution.
Alfred Bosch is the author of 1714, a novel about the siege of Barcelona by the troops of Felipe V. The 11th of September 1714 marks the defeat of the Catalans and the end of self-government. The date is a regional holiday in Catalonia. Bosch wants independence.
Of French and Spanish armies. Look, we're in this corner of the world here, okay, within Europe. Since the Middle Ages, as in many other places in Europe, we've had a parliament and a government, okay? The actual president of Catalonia is number 136 in a succession of Catalan presidents, which was interrupted for 200 years. It was interrupted by war. It was a joint invasion by Spain and France, our kind neighbours, who came to bring us a different system.
A Catalan nation never existed, objects Francisco Caja. The professor of philosophy supports Catalan-Spanish unity. He's not happy with the fact that Catalan is the main language of education and pupils are taught only a few lessons in Spanish.
Taking into account social reality and international languages, Catalan is a minority language. It has to be protected, of course. But that doesn't mean that Castilian should be excluded from society and from schools. This is a kind of social engineering, an attempt to change our society.
Back to Brahms and the group's singer. Just what is the point of independence, since Catalonia already has far-reaching linguistic and cultural rights?
It's true that Catalans have rights, like the right to speak Catalan. Children are taught in the language, and there's Catalan media. But all these rights are granted by Spain. We don't want permission. We can decide on our own.
Atheism is on the rise in Catalonia, with Catholicism being replaced by nationalism, according to Barcelona-born theatre director Albert Boadella.
I think there are two tendencies. Some people have this nostalgia of belonging to a tribe, which is negative. The other, which is positive, is an open-minded, universal vision. I think we should open up frontiers and not close them.
His latest play is called 2036 and looks into the future scope at Catalonia in 2 decades' time, an autonomous region or independent state.